Assalamu alaikum to all Muslim Ummah. My name is Hamza. I am from Pakistan. I hope you all are good. Today we have a man with a beautiful heart, Mr. Hamza from Ecuador. He is a most famous MMA and wrestler, and he is also a champion of Ecuador. And we have also Muhammad Qasim with us. He is from Pakistan also. So we will talk with both of them about their experiences, about on dreams and everything. Inshallah, we will talk about this. So, Mr. Hamza, how are you?
I'm good, brother. Everything is good.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. So, we want to know that how you convert to Islam and when you convert to Islam and how did you feel after coming to Islam and what was your journey to coming to the Islam. What was your journey from starting to end? Can you share your little experience with us?
Well, yes, of course. So, I've always had a great connection with Allah since I was a little boy. I grew up in a Catholic world, Catholic Christian world. It's very, very special, I think, because even though I have, on my mother's side, I have Muslim descendants, I never really knew Islam, I never really knew Islam. And but I always had a really close connection to the creators, to Allah, and when I was a little boy, I always asked him, like, please show me the right path, show me the right way. I was a little boy questioning big men's questions, which was crazy. So eventually, I've been through a lot, I had really bad moments in my life. My mom left me when I was young. I grew up with my dad. I've been through it all, I had a stage in my life when I was involved into bad stuff, in fights. I was involved in drinking, and because I had no guide, I had no religion, I had no God, and I always try to find the right path. So I always try to look for the right path, and I struggled. I actually tried to learn many religions, I went through Christianity. I went through, I don't know if you have heard Jehovah Witnesses.
Yeah.
It's a branch of Christianity.
Yeah,
I learned from them. I learned from Mormons. I learned from evangelics, from Catholics, and I could not find the truth. I would give up in every single one of them.
You couldn't find peace.
I couldn't find God, man. To be honest with you, it wasn't nothing more. I just couldn't find God. I hear all this stuff and it just doesn't hit my chest. It was insane. It was a crazy path, but in my heart I felt it. In my heart I felt it that it wasn't the truth. So I decided actually for a time to not believe in God anymore. I said, okay, all this is not the truth.
Okay.
But I never heard about Islam. Like, I heard about it, but not really, I said, I'm gonna take off from God. I'll see you later.
Okay.
That's when my life started going into the floor. I started going into bad stuff, heavy drinking, woman, bad thoughts, fights, street fights all the time. I went into bad, and on top of that, I'm an athlete. I'm a fighting athlete, so it was not good. It was all very bad connected, again, completely in the other direction. But I always had God in my heart, even though I didn't want to. So I kept praying, whenever I had a chance, I said, God, please, just show me the right path. Just kick me a little in the right path again, because I don't know where I am. Eventually, it's a really crazy story. I met my girlfriend, who's now my wife, alhamdulillah. She's also a Muslim, alhamdulillah. We were together. This was the time when I was going into crumble, in a very bad time. I met her. We got separated for a little time. And I got so angry that she left. She was in Germany. And she said, okay, you're going in a bad time. I don't want, we shouldn't be together. I was like, what's happening in my life? And I told my dad, I'm gonna go to Russia. Out of nowhere, I'm gonna go to Russia. My dad said, why, you're crazy. I said, I wanna go. They have the best wrestling in the world. I have some friends, family, I wanna go.
Okay.
He said, okay, go. Literally, brother, I had no one else. I just grabbed my bag, got a plane to Moscow, left to Russia.
Okay.
I landed in Russia, made some friends. I was living in a crazy hostel full of really dangerous people.
Okay.
Eventually, this person, one of my friends, guided me to a wrestling gym. And I go in the wrestling gym and then I see all these big buff guys with big beards.
Okay.
I say, okay. I expected other type of Russian, And then I see someone doing salah, namaz, prayer.
Yeah, some people was doing prayer there.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
This is normal. In the wrestling world, many Muslims pray there in the mat.
Okay.
So I say, what are they doing? Are they Muslims? Okay. Whatever. I became friends with them. I started seeing Islam through them. I started seeing the discipline. I started seeing the pureness of Islam. How when I remember with this guy named Murad, he was a great friend of mine. I said, let's go out, let's go have a drink. But I thought I meant a drink, a beer.
Yeah.
And he doesn't drink beer. He says, I'll have a tea. I was like, oh man, why are you having a tea? Get a beer, get some wine, let's drink. My head, my corrupted brain, The man says, no thank you, I have a tea. I said, how can this man, this strong, buff guy, drink tea? In my mentality, because I grew up in the West.
Yeah.
And they put that chip into us that says, to be a man, you need this, you need that, you need a woman, you need that. You grew up with hell, literally. You grew up in the gates of hell, I said, okay, but I watched him deep. And I think I'm a very smart kid, so I was studying him. I was like, why? Okay, no problem. Next time I said, let's go out to a bar, see girls. No, brother, thank you. I said, what's wrong with this man? I love him, but come on, man. Let's go out. Let's have fun. No, thank you. I said, okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I said, maybe I'm the crazy one.
Okay.
Come back, my brother. So, what is your religion?
Okay. Then you ask him for his religion.
Then he said,
Then you like
I'm a
Islam.
Muslim, we follow Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Sallallahu.
And who is he? Because I do not know who is he. I only knew Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Boxer. That's all. The Muhammad I knew was Muhammad Ali. He even explained me Muhammad Ali was a Muslim. His real name was Cassius Clay. I was like, so he changed his name? Yeah. His original name was Cassius Clay, and because of Islam, he changed it to Muhammad Ali. So I was in shock, Teach me more. And he starts teaching me. I get the books. I go back. Oh, it was crazy. I was separated from my girlfriend, who's now my wife.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen to this. This is insane. I was separated for this time. 4 months about. Bro, I talked back to her. She's a great woman, always a great Muslim heart since the beginning.
Mashallah.
The best woman I've ever met.
Mashallah.
After I was already into Islam. I get somehow, she writes me and she says, how are you? We start talking again. And then she says, okay, let's do something. Let's make a deal. If you are able to come back to Germany, we stay together.
Okay.
Okay, I say. And I pray to God, God, help me find a way. This is insane. The next day, I'm sitting down in the hostel, and the owner of the boss of the hostel
Okay.
is friends with a guy in the embassy of Germany.
Okay.
Because I need a visa to go to Germany. So I say, okay, so can you help me get a visa? He says, of course. My papers were done like that. I was in Russia, not in Ecuador. Imagine, it's like if you go to Germany to get a visa for the US. That's how it was. You're not in your country where you can get documents, paperwork. I was in another country and I got a visa for another country. Alhamdulillah, I went back to my girlfriend. I remember I was so happy to see her again. And it's funny because through her and through my sport, I came to find Allah and I came to find absolutely everything.
Mashallah.
And the only thing that woman has done to me is made me a better man. Like I cannot ever thank God more. I can never think a lot better for giving me that woman. Now also for being here. She's the one, no one else. She's the one, go.
She's
Go.
sports.
You have to
She's
do it.
sports, yeah.
You have to be there. You know that inside of you is like, it's like gasoline,
Yeah.
Also when I fight, when I have tournaments, she's the one like, you are gonna do great. Even though sometimes I don't trust myself. She says, I was in Egypt 2 weeks ago, 1 month and a half ago about. And I had my fight and I said, I go alone, I have no coach.
Okay.
She says, you're not alone. You have Allah.
Mashallah.
So through her, through wrestling, found Islam,
And you
learned, accepted it back in Ecuador.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, I accepted it back at home, and then I started learning more and more, and I actually got into it, like obsessed with it, and I started learning, and everyone saw a change in me.
Everyone saw.
Drinks would come to me. Hey brother, let's go party. Sorry, I don't do that anymore.
Mashallah.
Now I was the crazy one.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
We took them to
Yes.
the bar
Let's
and
go.
after that
Yes.
we said,
Let's
I
go.
don't want.
Let's go have girls, bro.
This is the beauty of Islam.
That's why I tell you, when people tell me, why do you follow Islam? I say, because I have seen the devil And I know that the devil is real. Is as real as it gets. You know, he's right there always hunting you to do the worst you can do.
Yeah.
You know? It's our decision. You know? And when you have a little brain and you understand the creation, you will know there's a creator, first of all. Because to understand Allah, you first need to know that there's a creator of everything.
Who creates this
Everything.
whole world?
And then you have to go back to the books. You have to go back to the history. See Christianity, see Christianism, Judaism, you know? There's one God. You know? And then I started, because I grew up as a Christian, so I knew something was missing. Something was missing. There was a little dot, you know, that was missing.
Yeah.
I said, no. Allah, I said, Allah, no, this is not. Show me the truth. Give me another book. No. Show me the truth. Literally, he put me through hell. Through the deepest hole in my life.
But he puts you outside.
I think you know what he did?
Yeah.
It's like when I was a little boy and my dad, I said, I don't want to shower.
Yeah.
And my dad would be like, in and out.
Your mind will fresh and everything.
In and out. He put me in hell.
Yeah.
Washed me up. Brought me up. Said,
now you're okay?
now you're okay. Okay.
Yeah. Like
That's what he did.
And how many years before you accepted Islam?
I've been a Muslim about 6 years, alhamdulillah. But a good Muslim, at the beginning, because at the beginning I struggled with good, with bad. I still had temper issues. I was a very feisty man.
Okay.
I still have it, you know, but I'm waiting for the right moment to use it, man, now. So, yeah, it's been going and coming. But when I actually became, I think, I took a leap, was about 4 years ago. 3-4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, I started leaping. But in every year since the beginning, I had big steps on. Even my wife says, like, the other day she was driving me to the airport, and I lost my bag, you know, from Kazakhstan.
Okay.
I lost my luggage. I told you, brother. I lost my luggage. And I had to fly to Pakistan without my clothes, I had to buy stuff, I had to get new stuff because I had nothing. Everything was in Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Now they found it. She wrote me a second ago. She's like, they found your bag. I said, alhamdulillah, they found my bag. But, you know, I wasn't worried because I wanted to come here. I had my mind into one goal.
To come to Pakistan.
It's like if I go to a tournament without wrestling shoes, but I have to go, I go. This is how my brain works, you know. And yeah, I had nothing, you know. I had to get everything from zero.
Okay, so
it was crazy.
Brother, I want to just ask from you, who else in your family is Muslim?
No one. My wife, because of me. It's also a crazy story.
People,
many people think that I made her Muslim. Many people say, oh, actually many people see me like I'm a bad guy because she became a Muslim. And that's not our, like, you know, that's not the West life. The West life, you see a Muslim woman and she's oppressed.
Yeah.
Brother, I swear to Allah, I only told her little things about Islam, like, oh, the Quran you should read, or, you know, it's never in my life I told her you have to be a Muslim, never. One day, all of a sudden, she says to me, I want to make Shahada.
MashaAllah.
I said, what? I said, what?
She says you are
Brother,
such a,
she's better Muslim than I am, 100%.
She feels about peace in you, and she finds, and she said, I want to be a Muslim.
Yes. She saw my change.
Yeah.
She saw, because she knows me from when I was in hell. She met me when I was in hell. But what she told me is that, it's crazy, but she said that the best thing I had, because I always ask her, what do you like the best of me, you know? Like,
okay.
Like, what do you like the best of me, you know? Like, joking. And she said, your heart. From day one. She told me, you have a great heart, but you're in the wrong place. And I was like, yeah, sure, at the beginning. And now when we are talking or so, I said thank you, you know, because through that little spark of goodness she put in me, man, I could find my path. I mean, everything comes from Allah. But I know Allah put her right there in the moment. And now she gave me a beautiful son.